Hello, dear kids. Welcome to yet another session of the audio lecture series. Today, I am going to deal with Unit 5 of Module 1 Vocabulary. The present passage has been taken from the book titled Our Films, Their Films by Satyajit Ray. So, let's have a look at the passage and then we'll move on to the exercises. So, please listen. Once the casting is done, I am ready to plunge headlong into the business of shooting. The studios of Calcutta show their hallowed past in every crevice in the wall, in every tatter on the canvas that covers the ceiling. Some of the families of rodents that inhabit the rafters have lived there ever since the foundation of the industry. The floor is pitted, the camera groans as it turns, the voltage begins to drop after sundown. The general air of shabbiness is unnerving, and yet I do not mind these at all. I do not think of these as hindrances. After all, we have the essentials to make a film, and it is within us to make it badly or well. It is the bareness of means that forces us to be economical and inventive and prevents us from turning craftsmanship into an end in itself. And there is something about creating beauty in the circumstances of shoddiness and privation that is truly exciting. Yes, I am happy to be working where I am. So let's have a look at the meanings of the words used in the passage. The first word is casting. Casting is the process of choosing actors to play different roles in a film or drama. Second word, plunge headlong. To get fully involved is the meaning. Plunge headlong means to get fully involved. Third word, hallowed. Hallowed means to make holy or to venerate. Fourth word is crevice. Crevice means a hole or a narrow opening in a wall. Fifth word, tatter, meaning old and in poor condition, especially regarding materials like cloth, tattered cloth. Sixth word, rodents. Rodents are a group of mammals that include rats, mice, squirrels, etc. Seventh word, rafters. The meaning is a beam forming part of the internal framework of a roof. So rafters is a beam that is a part of the roof. Eighth word, pitted. Pitted means full of pits or holes. Ninth word, shabbiness. Shabbiness means worn out. Next word, unnerving. Unnerving means causing one to lose confidence, or unnerving means irritating or disturbing. Next word is bareness. Bareness means emptiness or lack of something. Next word is craftsmanship. Craftsmanship, we know the meaning is the skill in any particular craft. Next word is shoddiness. Shoddiness means inferior or having poor quality. And the next word is privation. Privation means poverty or hardship. So we discussed the meanings of the difficult words in the passage. And now let's have a look at the passage once again and understand the meanings and the usages given there along with the content of the passage. So here Satyajit Ray is talking about his experiences and nostalgic memories regarding the process of filmmaking, and he says that once the casting process or the selection of actors is completed, he is ready to get himself fully involved into the business of shooting. The studios of Calcutta traces their holy past in every part, that is, in holes in the wall and in every tattered or torn pieces on the canvas that covers the ceiling. Members of rodent families like rats, mice, etc., were living here since the beginning of the film industry. The floor is pitted, meaning the floor is full of holes, and the camera produces rough noises as it moves on the uneven surface. And as far as voltage is concerned, it keeps on fluctuating after the sunset. The entire ambience of shabbiness is quite irritating and disturbing. But Satyajit Ray says that these are not his concerns, and he doesn't mind them at all. And he is not even thinking of the hindrances or problems. And he says that we have the essential elements to make a film, and it's up to us to make it good or bad. And it is the shortage of means or the shortage of things that makes us use inexpensive ones and to remain creative and inventive. It again prevents us from spoiling our skill or craftsmanship. Then again he says that there is an excitement among us about creating beauty through these films in such a shabby and deprived circumstances. And in the last line he says that I am so happy to work in such a place where I am or where I belong. Now let's have a look at the exercises. So the first question, plunge headlong into means. The options are given there. Option A, dive into water. Option B, bang your head. Option C, to get fully involved. And option D, none of the above. And we know the answer is very clear. It is option C, to get fully involved. Plunge headlong into means to get fully involved. The second question, hallowed is closest in meaning to. The word hallowed. Okay, the options are there. Holy, hollow, ancient, unknown. Yes, we know the answer. It is holy. The hallowed past. That means the holy past. Okay, so hallowed means to make holy or to venerate. So the answer is option A, holy. Third question, dash is a synonym for creative. Dash is a synonym for creative. And from the passage, it is clear that the alternative word for creative is inventive. So inventive is the answer. Inventive is a synonym for creative. Fourth question, another word from the passage that is close in meaning to shabbiness is. So we know the meaning of shabbiness. Shabbiness means worn out or dirty or baseness. We discussed that. So here the meaning, the word that is closer in meaning to shabbiness is shoddiness. Shoddiness is the answer. So we know the meaning of shoddiness. Shoddiness again means in poor quality or inferior, etc. Moving on to fifth question. Privation is a word related to dash. Option A, privatization. Option B, privacy. Option C, piracy. And option D, deprivation. And we know what is the meaning of the word privation. Privation means poverty or hardship or deprivation. So there is our word deprivation. So the answer is D. Sixth question. Tattered is related to dash. Option A, paper. Option B, cloth. Option C, noise. And option D, music. So tattered, we know the meaning of the word tattered. Tattered is usually related to materials like clothes. So tatter means in an old and poor condition. So tattered is always related to cloth. So the option is option B. Option B is the answer. Tattered is related to cloth. Seventh question. The word opposite in meaning to the word pitted is. So the question is to find out the antonym of the word pitted. And we know the meaning of the word pitted is full of holes. So the options are option A smooth, option B rough, option C full of holes, and option D clean. And what is the antonym of the word pitted? Of course, it is option A smooth. So pitted means a surface full of holes, and the antonym is smooth. Smooth surface where you cannot find any holes or uneven elements. So the option is option A. Eighth question. The antonym of the word economical is. Option A cheap, option B political, option C inexpensive, and option D expensive. There you go. We know the answer. It is option D expensive. The opposite of the word economical is expensive. Then the ninth question. The word that is spelled correctly is dash. So 4 options are given there, and you are supposed to choose the word with the correct spelling. And we know that the words are like privatization, shoddiness, craftsmanship, and crevice. And then let's check the spellings. Privatization. No, it's wrong. The spelling should be Privatisation. So it is wrong. So that is not the answer. Then option B, shoddiness. Shoddiness. Right. Then let's check the other 2 words. Craftsmanship. Actually, the correct spelling is Craftsmanship. The S is missing there, so that word is also wrong. And the 4th word is again a wrong one. The spelling should be Crevice instead of Crivice. It is crevice. So the answer is option B, shoddiness. 10th question. The word that is spelled wrongly is dash. So from the 4 options given there, you are supposed to find the wrongly spelled word. The options are option A ceiling, option B voltage, option C hindrance, option D business. And let's check the spellings. Ceiling. Yes, we know. It is Ceiling. Ceiling. Correct. Then, second one. Voltage. Voltage. So that's also right. Then the third one. Hindrance. Just spell the word like it's like Hindrace. So the E is wrongly placed there. So the answer is hindrance. And the last one, of course, business. That is right. So the answer for the 10th question is option C, hindrance. Moving on to the next session, practice exercises. Find the synonyms of the words in italics. So you are supposed to find out the synonyms of the word that is given in italics in each question. First question. It was hilarious to see him walk around with a feather in his hair. And the word given in italics is hilarious. And the options are cruel, funny, hilly, kind. So what is the meaning of the word hilarious? Hilarious means amusing. Okay, so which is the synonym of the word hilarious there? It is funny. Okay, so option B, funny, is the answer. So hilarious means amusing or funny. Second question. She cried copious tears when she lost her new shoes. The word copious is given in italics. The options are vast, copying, plentiful, messy. And the meaning of the word copious is abundance. Okay, so what is the answer? It is option C, plentiful. So the meaning of the word copious is abundance or plentiful. Then the third question. They burned the effigy of the despot in the town square. Effigy is the word given in italics. So the options are option A, dummy, option B, poster, option C, reflection, and option D, statue. So effigy, we know effigy means the sculpture or the model of a person. And here, which is the synonym? It is none other than option A, dummy. So effigy, the synonym of the word effigy is dummy. Then the next part, choose the most suitable one-word substitute for the phrase in italics. So you are supposed to find out the one-word substitute for the phrase that is given in italics. The fourth question. Families of small pests like rats inhabited the studios. So it is taken from the passage itself. And the phrase that is given in italics is small pests like rats. The options are raptors, rodents, canines, none of the above. So no doubt the answer is option B, rodents. Then fifth question. Satyajit Ray is a world-famous Bengali film director who is involved in all the audiovisual elements of his films. And the phrase given in italics goes like this: film director who is involved in all the audiovisual elements of his films. And the options are producer, actor, author, and fourth option, it is author. So the option D is the answer, author. Author means he is the director, at the same time he is the creative artist who makes this film. Or he is the writer who writes the script. Okay, so the answer is author. Moving on to the next question. Find the antonyms of the words in italics. So two questions are given here and you are supposed to find out the opposite of the word given in italics. So the antonym or the opposite. Then the sixth question. February 14 was set as a tentative date for the wedding. So the word given in italics is tentative and four options are given there. So we know the meaning of the word tentative is not fixed or not final. Okay. So the answer should be the opposite. So definitely the answer should carry the meaning fixed or final. Okay. So the four options are given there. Option A, temporary. Option B, final. Option C, casual. Option D, convenient. And we know the answer is option B, final. So the opposite of the word tentative is final. Seventh question. I must say you look very urbane in this suit. I must say you look very urbane in this suit. So the word given in italics is urbane. Okay, so we know the meaning of the word urbane. What is the meaning of the word urbane? Urbane means stylish. Okay, stylish. So you are supposed to find out the opposite of this word. Four options are given there. Option A, elegant. Option B, slow. Option C, crude. And option D, foolish. Okay, and what is the opposite of the word urbane? And elegant mean you know the meaning of the word elegant. It means stylish. Okay, then comes other three words: slow, crude, foolish. So the exact word, the more apt word for the opposite of urbane is crude. Crude means raw or not refined. Okay, so here the opposite of the word urbane is crude. So that is regarding antonyms. And then the next section where you have to find the correct meaning of the idioms in italics. So two questions are given there, and the idioms are given there in italics, and you have to find the suitable meaning from the options. So let's have a look at the questions. 8th question. The director strained every nerve to get the right ambience for the shot. And the idiom used there is strained every nerve. And four options are given there. Option A, made the utmost effort. Option B, sprained his nerve. Option C, got nervous. And option D, none of the above. Strained every nerve. That means to have extreme effort or to put extreme effort. So here the answer to the question is option A, that is made the utmost effort. Utmost means extreme or greatest. So the answer is option A. 9th question. When Ron said he lost his report card, his mother smelt a rat. And the idiom given there in italics is smelt a rat. What is the meaning of that? Option A, found a rat in his bag. Option B, thought that rat ate it. Option C, suspected foul play. And option D, none of the above. So the meaning of the idiom smelt a rat is option C, suspected foul play. So the meaning is that something treacherous or unfair. So the answer is option C. Then the 10th question is to find out the meaning of the word hindrance. And we know hindrance means a resistance or a delay or an obstruction to something or someone. And a sentence is given there. The new policy undertaken by the officials is a hindrance to the development process of the country. Okay, so you can use your own sentences with this word. So I hope you are now familiar with the meanings and usages that we discussed in this unit. And that's all for today. Thank you.